What they don't agree has played with style.
I hope anybody's not stupid enough to write us off.
Hi guys, good evening and welcome. Welcome to our Sunday night Forest Fans Hub channel. Thank you everybody who's in the chat already. Sorry for the slight delay, but yeah, really appreciate your patience, guys. Really great to be back on again today with my main man Joe. I really enjoyed talking to him off air and on air, but we're gonna definitely catch up on the events of yesterday and look forward to the games coming up for Forest in the next week or so. So I was at the game yesterday, so I'll give you my opinion from that point of view, and Joe definitely caught up. So we'll see the opposite point, well, not the opposite point of view, but the point of view from catching up on the nuances that you sometimes miss at the live game. So Joe, introduce yourself, and yeah, we'll give us a little bit of a rundown of what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, so hello everybody. Thanks for tuning in late on a Sunday. Just about recovered from yesterday's game. Trying to watch it and keep tabs with it on my phone, on Twitter. Having live scores pop up and then try and grab videos while I can. And then, yeah, just about got over it and some of the results that we've seen come through today elsewhere in the league. So, yeah, I think it will be a good chat. I think it could be. There seems to be a bit of controversy and some cynicism that's going around following that result. So I think it'll be a good conversation and be good to take everybody else's thoughts in. So we've got quite a few people in at the moment. We've got 20 people watching. Got quite a few people in. So got Eve in, as always. Hi Eve.
Hello.
Got Warren in.
Evening, Warren.
Hi. And Robert Robinson has just subbed. So thank you very much to him.
Thank you so much, Robert. And anybody who hasn't subbed, please do so. Thank you very much, Robert. We really appreciate it. And we'll mention that actually because we got the email, didn't we, earlier on in the week saying we'd got past our first milestone of 100 subs. So thank you so much, guys, for everything that you've done for this channel since we started a little over a month ago, wasn't it, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been really great to have all the interaction that we have on our live streams and the questions that you leave for us as well on comment sections afterwards. But thank you so much. Really appreciate everything that you guys do for us. And keep doing it. Yeah, please share our stream and get more people involved. And we do want you guys all to join in with chat, but also to get you on stream. And if you're happy to do so, and even if you don't want to get yourself on the screen, you can just have your voice available. That's not a problem at all. I wish I'd thought of that, to be honest, mate, at the start of all this. But we're doing all right so far. But thank you so much. We really wouldn't be doing this without your support. it's just a chance for us to chat football, isn't it, and chat about the team that we
Yeah.
love. So it's no chore for me or Joe. We really enjoy doing it, and we just want to give you guys the opportunity to make your voices heard, whether you're at the game, whether you were watching, whether you're listening to it on the radio. You know, everybody's probably got a slightly different viewpoint on it, and it's really important that we share those opinions. And nobody's opinion is treated any less valid than anybody else's. So yeah, please guys, get your chats, comments in the chat, and please jump on the stream with us. We have got a guest waiting, so we'll get him on soon. And then anybody else who wants to join, is the link in the chat. Yeah, the link's in the top of the chat. So yeah, guys, just click on that, and if you're waiting backstage, Joe will give me the heads up, and we'll get you on the stream. So thank you very much for everybody's already here and everybody's joining as we're talking. But yeah, I'll give you it was my first away game actually for a very, very long time, certainly in the Premier League, and really enjoyed it. Hi, Adore. Thank you for your support, my friend. You're a legend. And I'm hoping Forrest Ant's going to be in a chat sometime soon as well, because the journey was with him, and it was an interesting journey, let's put it that way. I won't say anything until he's on here to defend himself. We just about got there for kick. I literally got to our seats and the players came out, but it was an amazing atmosphere there. And there was a lot of good banter on the way into the stadium with the Everton fans. They were really got some really good compliments going in and coming out of the game. So we got some good love from the Toffees, definitely. So that was something that was really pleasing. It was our fans were amazing, as they always are, and I'm sure I certainly heard it on the highlights this morning, watching back on Match of the Day, and you definitely heard Mull of Kintyre and all the other songs that we were singing. They really made the noise. Really great to be part of it. I was really proud to be part of it, and thank you to everybody who helped me get there. But yeah, I was there with Ant, and did get to see Mark Warwell as well, who's in the chat today. Took a snapshot of me and Ant celebrating. But yeah, it was really great to see a few people, and our guest who's coming on today. I also met him at the game, so it'd be really great to get him on and get his views. But the game itself, we held our own. They did have their chances, you know, and as usual, Dean Henderson had a fantastic game again. You know, he kept us in the game for large portions of it, and I felt that we could have. It was just a shame it's always a shame when you lose equaliser so late on. It feels like a defeat, but certainly, if you'd asked me before the game, what I'd be happy with, I would have been certainly happy with a draw coming away from it. Although I did believe they were there for the taking, and we did have our chances to kill the game off. But you know, on another day, we would have walked away with a 1-0. But it wasn't meant to be. No disappointment, no, from the point of view from the effort that the players put in and the changes that Cooper made. One was enforced with a Mangala incident injury, but the players that came on made a difference yesterday, and that was what was good to see. Certainly, from my point of view, Yates was a game changer. He got us on the front foot. He was taking shots in areas where earlier on in the first half we got ourselves in some really good positions around the box, and we were just hesitant in pulling the trigger. Apart from Nico Williams, you know, we didn't get many shots away on target, and he's a player that I will raise as well, because I'm really impressed with his attacking, just his ability to get a shot in. You know, he kept us on the front foot as well. And Morgan Gibbs-White did a beautiful bit of skill, which you've all seen now in the highlights. But yeah, I was right in front of us. It was amazing. It took two players out, and his first time cross, which, you know, led to Nico's shot just across the face of a goal. But really encouraging signs, And another day we would have come away with 3 points. But in the overall picture, for where we are now, for what we've come through, I think I'm more than happy with our position, with the points tally, and with the way we're progressing, and we are progressing every game. So that was my point from watching the game at the stadium. Joe, is there anything else that you picked up on and you want to mention about yesterday?
I just pretty much want to echo what you've said about the result and where we sit, and I think how everyone was feeling, especially as an immediate reaction. to score in the 81st, you then think, oh, maybe we are destined to win this game here. And then to come away after they then equalise and it comes away as a 1-1, the immediate reaction does feel like we dropped 2 points in a chance where we could have won away from home, which we know is going to be very rare this year. So it would have been a great opportunity and chance to do it. But I don't think you're going to find anyone who would have been disappointed going into that game coming away with a draw. We all knew that it was going to be one of the possibly easier games that we'll have out on the road, but we just need to really make sure we do everything we can to win games and get points at home. Anything that we get away is always going to be a bonus. So yeah, it did feel a bit sore having that late goal go in, and it looked like then they probably had a decent opportunity to make it 2-1. So yeah, Hendo again steps up and saves us. I struggle to see where some of the comments are going out about we should be replacing some of our players already based off of the third game where we still got a gel. Yes, for some players they've definitely had better games, but to be trying to ostracize one of our players based off of one performance, where if we look like back into the January transfer window, I had some of my friends who are Crystal Palace fans sending me through links saying that they were rumoured to be trying to sign Joe Worrell, and he's saying, oh, do you think he'd be a good fit? Yeah, he'd be perfect for them in their system and would have been a great centre-back for them in the Premier League, but he stuck it out with us and got us up to the position that we're in now. So I think we just need to show a little bit of faith and belief in him and know that he's going to come around and not play like that every game. Yes, he did have a bit of a stinker, but I think everyone's allowed to have a couple of mulligans, especially when it's his first season up in the Premier League. So I just think everyone just needs to stay calm a little bit. Yes, we could have won that game and we would be up in, I think at the time we were up in 4th. So then everyone was kind of in fantasy land thinking, oh my God, we're actually in a Champions League spot after 3 games. So yeah, we could have had the win. We got the draw. Everyone would have been happy with the draw going into the game. So we should look at it and still be happy with it coming out of the game. And it's more points on the board. We're now a third of the way to our first target of hitting 12 points. And we're there after 3 games. So yeah, I've still got to stay optimistic and have a belief that the guys know what they're doing. Everyone, all the players, the coaching staff, the guys who are sorting out tactics and how everyone's going to line up. We are in a good position. We're in the league, what we're doing. We're showing that we can compete. We've made another massive leap forwards in our performance, I feel. From the first game where we looked completely non-threatening at all and didn't really have any chances to really show out about. And now we're starting to see the team come together, playing some more intriguing passes, getting through, setting up chances to shoot. We're playing well around the box. So I think the only way is up, really. We've got a couple of difficult games coming up in a few weeks, but it's now a bit of a free hit to really try and get them to settle in. So that's just my 2 cents on it. I know I've gone on for a little bit there, but
no, you're absolutely right to do so. And this, I think we're going to have to touch on it. I think Joe Worrell situation is something that's going to be brought up. And I'll touch on the fact where you mentioned a free hit with these next couple of games as well. The mistakes he made yesterday could have cost us big time. And they have cost us in previous games as well. Now, there shouldn't be sentimentality in it. And unfortunately, that's what's going to be the case. I think Cooper will have a chat with him, certainly, because something needs to be mentioned. It wasn't one occasion, and his early booking, he's behind the play, he's dragging the player down. That leaves him on the back foot. I saw one commentator mention that the goal that they scored partly was down to the fact that both Nico Williams and Worrell were booked, and they. On another occasion, they probably would have brought him down and not allowed Mari Gray that straight run through. And it was a great ball, and we were far too high up anyway, which I didn't understand that tactic, especially when the goalkeeper put the ball in his hand, or ball at his feet, and we're that far up. But also the fact that we were both booked already, they couldn't take the risk of bringing him down. So it did play a factor. And for me, if I'm going to be ruthless, and I would actually change a formation anyway for a next game, so I don't want to go too far ahead, but I actually would give Joe Worrall a little bit of a rest and take him out of the firing line for a little while. I think it is a step up. The Premier League is a massive step up, and I think he's just going to take a little bit more time. I'm not saying that he's not our captain and he's not still one of our best defenders. I just think he needs a little bit more time to adapt, and it should be understandable for most fans. But we're not going to put the dagger in, not at all. He's a big part of the club and the reason why we got here in the first place. But I do think he might need to be taken out of the firing line for a few games. But this might be a great point. We have got somebody waiting backstage. So, Joe, if you give him a shout to see if he's ready, let's get Simon in and see if he wants to add any more to this debate.
Hello, guys.
How you doing, Si?
Yeah, all good, all good. Yeah, I mean, you guys make good points. Yeah, obviously Joe Worrall is the big concern at the moment, I think, isn't he, in the whole team? That header, that header at the end where it was too short of Henderson. Oh my God! Like, I think everyone was just like hearts in their mouth at that point. But Henderson again came to the rescue for Forest, which is, I'm a little bit worried about how much we're depending on Henderson bailing us out, because it seems to be, there seems to be the same patterns every single game. Joe Worrall onto a yellow in like first 15 minutes because he's getting beaten and then he has to pull someone down. And then, the rest of the game, he's got to be careful. Nico Williams seems to be getting bookings early on as well. Henderson, coming to our rescue. But yeah, Joe Worrall was obviously the concern. Yeah, we just got to be careful. We don't want, obviously, sentimentality. Everyone at Forest wants Joe Worrall to do well. Like last year, I thought he was an absolutely amazing player. I thought he was going to be ready for the Prem, but first few games, it seems to be off the pace a bit at the moment. Obviously, there is still time. He can still, this is all new to everyone, so he can get to the pace of it. I mean, Yates looked good, didn't he, when he came on? So I was surprised about that. I thought Yates was going to struggle a bit, but yeah, no. I'm hoping Worrall obviously, gets up to the pace of it, but at the moment it's not looking that good. And I would, it's tough because Cooper's made him the captain and he's made Yates the captain. I mean, if you don't play Worrall and you don't start Yates, who's the captain on the pitch? Cook, I suppose, if he's playing. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, there might be a change of formation. So, our midfield now is just completely packed, isn't it? So, I would like to see maybe 4 at the back and then an extra midfielder in there. Freuler not getting a minute, it would surprise me, to be honest. Was he got like 60 Champions League appearances? I was surprised he didn't get any time. But yeah, anyway, we'll see. I don't want to be too harsh on Joe. Obviously, everyone wants him to do well. He's a massive Forest fan. He's a local lad. Let's see.
Yeah. I just think, it was something that we had to bring up. I don't think we could have skirted that issue because it was, hearts and mouths time when he, with that short header. And again, you say it was a great save from Hendo on the extra. Like, really spread himself and took the striker off. But they had some chances, and probably on the overall reflection of the game, a draw was a fair result. It was just the way it does. And to them, it probably felt like a win. For us, it felt like 2 points dropped. And to them, I'm sure it felt like a win getting such a late equaliser.
I mean, to be honest, after the game, I was fine with it. I was thinking, straight. I mean, you were saying like you felt like a loss, but I thought it was a good point to get, especially some of the chances they had. I don't even remember the first half. Was it? I forgot what his name is. It Davis? He was free on the back post. Simple goal he could have got. But Everton just lacked a striker. If they had a striker, they probably could have scored 3 or 4. To be honest, that's where I'm a little bit concerned about our defense, because it seems like every single team we've played so far, they've not really had that clinical striker to finish the chances. It seems our defense is getting beaten, and then they just can't put it away. Even Newcastle, they weren't that clinical against us. So that's why I'm a little bit worried at the moment about the defense. I think if we play against Man City like that, oh my God, it'd be like 6-0 or something. So yeah, that's just one point. But yeah, no, I was happy with the point, and I don't know about you, but these days watching Forest, it's like it's crazy, isn't it? Like after the game, you got to take a breath because it's just like you almost want to sit in a black room, dark room for like and just to recover because it's just so tense. It's not like last year, some of the championship games, against Reading, against Bristol City, the Bristol City home game, 2-0 up, and it's just easy, just relax. But this like every game is going to the wire, and yeah, it's stressful, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it definitely keeps us on our toes. And but also the beautiful thing is that fans don't stop singing, and so that exhausts you as well when you're singing for the whole 90 minutes. And as soon as their fans were, you didn't hear them until they scored the goal. They were considering it was it 39,000 in there yesterday. I hardly heard them. I didn't hear them until they scored a goal, basically, and that's when they piped up. But we gave.
I was a bit surprised about that. Because I thought Goodison was meant to have like a reputation of like big atmosphere. Goodison, I don't think I heard a single song from them. Like the only bit of noise I heard was maybe at the start of the game, and I remember the massive sound where Onana came on. They gave him a big clap, and then when the goal went in, as you said. But other than that, I don't think I heard a single song. It was just Forest fans just constantly out singing the Goodison crowd, which is amazing to see. And it's the same against West Ham as well. We completely outsung their fans. Not sure about Newcastle because we were right at the top, but the support is amazing. Yeah,
it's immense. The away support is absolutely fantastic, and also we mingled with their fans going in and out of the stadium, and on the way in they were really happy to see us back in the Premier League, and got a lot of complimentary comments from people. And on the way out, they were very complimentary again about our performance and our fans, and we didn't stop singing. Yeah, but obviously they've had a really tentative start, 2 defeats coming into that game, and if they had lost that game, that would have been the worst start in however many years. They were nervous, fans were nervous, and you could feel it, and you could almost see it in the players as well. They weren't really going for it, but they did have the chances to possibly score a couple of goals early on, and like you said, probably if they had a proper striker, Rondon was there for him, but he's not a proper striker. He had one chance where he did manage to turn Cook on the edge of a box, but he couldn't get his shot on target. But like I say, on another day, they could have scored a goal earlier on. Happy with the result in the end. What did you think of Yates's performance then? Because I think he changed the game. He actually started. We as you would have seen, we did get a lot of position around the box in the first half, and we just didn't pull the trigger. We were so tentative. But when Yates came on, that's the first thing he did, and obviously his shot eventually led to the goal. What did you think of his performance and his impact yesterday?
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with Yates. I thought, when Mangala got injured, I thought, Freud had come on is the most obvious change. But when Yates come on, I was a little bit worried. But yeah, no, he did really well. He looked comfortable, didn't he? I thought that's the main thing. He didn't look phased by it, considering that's the first game he's played in the Premier League. He looked really good. As you said, he was shooting a lot, wasn't he? He should have probably scored, at the end there. That's where maybe he could have done a bit better. But as you said, his shot led to the goal, didn't it? And I don't know what Pickford was doing there, like just poor parry there. And then when Johnson's goal was, I don't know if we'll talk about it later, but
No, go ahead.
Yeah, because I was where I was we was in the same block probably, but where I was sort of just in line with the goal almost, just a little bit to the right. And I could see Johnson running onto it, and he just looked so calm. Like when he was running onto it, just looked like he had all the time in the world. For me, time froze like that moment where I could just see everything what he was doing. And then obviously the ball hit the back of the net, and it's just like pure euphoria in the crowd. Oh my God, like we were going mental at that moment. But I just wanted to say about how clinical Brennan is. Like, amazing. When he was running onto the ball, I was thinking he's going to score here. Like there was no doubt in my head that he was going to mess it up. You just knew he was going to score. So very impressive on that. He didn't really get that many chances, but that one chance he got, he took, which was really impressive. But back onto Yates, I think I was thinking before, worried for him, thinking how's he going to get into this this team with all the midfielders that we were bringing in. But he might prove to have a big role to play in this season.
He seemed like he took it like he didn't seem out of place. Let's put it that way. He slotted straight in, and I'm really proud of that. I'm really happy to see that as well, because there's been a few people, and myself included, wondering how he's going to get into this team. But I think that was a little glimpse of what he can do and the difference that he does make. That chance as well, right at the end. It wasn't an easy chance at all.
No,
it was very similar to the chance that Brendan scored. I think it was in the second leg against Sheffield United, the way it was whipped across. But going back to touching on what you said about Brendan, his finishing is so composed, and I had no doubt he was going to score that. It was so clinical. That's for somebody of his age. That's an amazing achievement. Joe, did you have a view on that? On like I say, on Yates' impact on and on Brennan's finishing yesterday?
Yeah, same again with both you guys have just said. I think everyone was really happy and pleased with the way he came on. He kind of just fit, and it seemed like he is a Premier League player, and that's where he's been playing ever since he's been with us. So it was really good to see him get up to speed and pretty much add that extra injection of pace that he was running around in, and kind of brought the team back up to life, as it looked like it was getting a bit stale at that point. I'm thinking, will he be happy with being the impact of this year? I don't know, but I think it's going to be a role that he's going to really make his own, similar to like Surridge did when he was being subbed on. You have to try and put up with defending for 60, 70 minutes, and then you see him come on when you've got no legs left. You bring Keenan Davis on, you've been marking him for 65 minutes. Oh no, now I've got to try and keep up with someone who's just equally as good and is completely fit and ready to go. So that's going to be a massive role that he's going to be playing in this year, especially since we've got so many midfielders in at the moment. He's going to struggle to kind of make that starting 11 every week. But if he can put in that kind of a shift everywhere that we go, home and away, I think it's going to be massive for how we can get some points out of games. And then, that finish from Brennan is just clinical. It was, again, very similar to the goal that he scored in the first leg against Sheffield United, where someone else has had a shot, he's followed it up and he's just slotted it in that corner. Didn't really look like it was ever going to think about doing anything but putting it in that corner, and you couldn't see it going anywhere else. It wasn't going to go wide or sky it or take a bag deflection or hit it straight at the keeper. It was going in that corner, and that I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. Yes, he doesn't get as much service as he did last year, so he's only going to get maybe 1 or 2 moments to really kind of produce anything. But if we've seen anything of him, we know that when he gets 1 or 2 moments, that's all he needs. So really happy that he's on that score sheet now. Now he can take a bit of a breath. He knows that he's got a Premier League goal under his belt, and now let's just bring on more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I kept him in my FPL team. I was in 2 minds about taking him out, but I'm glad I kept him in, and he's finally off the mark. But yeah, really impressive. But there were a few individual performances that we should mention as well, because Mangala looked very good, and he won the ball back very well in that midfield. But there's one occasion where he lost it, won it back 3 times, pushed it forward. He was really in the thick of the action yesterday. Brian as well. And really, again, impressed with Nico Williams' ability to have a shot on target and test their goalkeeper. He didn't get as many crosses in as he's done in the past, but there were really positive signs. Morgan Gibbs-White, as you would have seen as well, Simon, when he came on, was made an impact, didn't he? He looked comfortable on the ball, and he got in behind their defence a couple of times. What did you think?
Yeah. I mean, everyone remembers. If you were at the ground, you remember that run he made. I think did he I don't know. I can't remember. Did he nutmeg someone? Anyway, he made a run down the left wing, didn't he? And then whipped the ball in.
Yeah.
It was shame there's no one on the end of it. But yeah, that moment was like, wow, the crowd was going crazy for that. He looked electric when he came on. He looked like he made a big difference, brought a lot of energy. He just looked confident. Like he didn't look like he was, I think Awani at the moment doesn't have that confidence. You can see he's hesitating a lot. Morgan Gibbs-White looked like he was just, full free flow. He wasn't really thinking about much, just running around, just doing what he does. So that was really good. I'd like to see him start, I think, against Spurs, but I don't know how the formations are going to work. And, because what I would say was I thought he was going to replace Lingard, as a Lingard go off for Morgan Gibbs-White. I was surprised that he came on for Awani, but then, to be honest, when he came on, Lingard looked a lot better. He was linking up nicely with Lingard, so that might be something to move forward with. They both looked so good when they were linking up together. So, because I think they had Johnson up front, but not too sure about that.
Yeah. So once they were both on, so they had basically a 2-1. So Lingard and Morgan Gibbs-White in almost as two wide number 10s, and Brendan up front on his own. So that worked really well. And you're right, their link-up play, Lingard and Morgan Gibbs-White was really good. I was really impressed with that, and they were the one-touch passes and getting triangles in and around the box. I would like to see a bit more of that, and maybe that might be one of the formation changes that we'll look at, because it brought Kouyaté on as well, didn't he? Was that for O'Brien? Did he swap him with O'Brien?
No, for Lingard.
For Lingard, was it?
Yeah.
Was it at that stage? Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, yes, because Lingard. And what are your thoughts on Lingard? Because to me, he still doesn't look really back.
Well, I mean, me and the guy around next to me was just like, we didn't want to criticize him too much, but just making a few like comments about Lingard. Obviously, I don't know. Did you notice every time he passed the ball, he just didn't have that extra bit of power on it, and it just always went a bit short, and then it was just intercepted. I don't know if he's like just not match fit, or like he's not, got the chemistry yet with the players, but he's not. He doesn't look like he's got like full confidence at the moment. He just looks like he's trying to maybe make make sure that he's getting that pass right, but then just not putting enough power on it, or just, he's not flowing at the moment. So I was a bit disappointed with Lingard. He's not really stood out, I think, so far for us. I mean, it's good that we brought Gibbs-White in, because at least he's got some competition now if we want to play that number 9 position, because previously there was no one challenging him at that position. But let's see. Like, I don't want to keep saying, like he's not match fit. Let's give him time, because. Yeah. But we do have to remember that he didn't play football last year, did he? Like he was sat on the bench of United for the whole season, so it is understandable. But let's see.
And we're bringing in so many new players around him, but it's going to take a little bit more time to adapt. I think, but he definitely looked better when he had some support in that role with Morgan Gibbs-White. I think they linked really well together, and I would like to, with Brendan up front as well. I think that is a combination that I want to see a bit more of. It might be something that we'll look at in the midweek game. So we have got a midweek game coming up away to Grimsby in the Cup. Joe, do you envisage there'll be many changes for that game?
What
do you expect?
I would say it would probably be a team comprised of a lot of the new guys that are brought in. I think is the good time to get them all on at the same time and just have them playing. It then means that some of the guys who had a full run out yesterday get a bit more of a break. They don't have to throw themselves straight back into it again. In a game where Grimsby will be right up for it, they'll be looking for a good physical game. So then obviously we don't want to try and take any risks in that bit. We want to make sure we've got enough covered with the selection to win the game. Should be winning it comfortably, but you don't want to go throwing everyone in. So I'd say give a chance of Dennis to start, Freuler to start, use Biancone more, maybe give him the start as well Yates probably starts for me. Morgan Gibbs-White, good chance for him to maybe start and do 50, 60 minutes up front and then sub him off. So, yeah, I think you could probably see about 5 or 6 changes based off of the starting 11 from yesterday. But whatever teams put forward, I know that they should have enough in it to see that game out comfortably and not take any silly risks.
The last thing we want to do is hear them singing Premier League, you're having a laugh. So as long as we can keep definitely make it competitive, I think it will be. I think you'll probably see a lot of new signings get a start in the game, certainly, and maybe an hour. I don't know how many subs you're allowed in that particular round of a cup, but I think you'll have to play it smartly because we have got a huge game on the weekend as well against Spurs, which we'll touch on later on. But Simon, do you expect to see what kind of team are you expecting to see on Tuesday night? A big change or a mismatch?
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting Surridge to start. I think. To be honest, yeah, I think definitely Surridge will start. I reckon, and then obviously Hennessy comes in for Henderson. Biancone would play because he's not played yet, and yeah, I'm a little bit worried about throwing these big boys into that game. It should maybe keep them on the bench if we need them, but Grimsby is I just worry about people getting injured. They're just going to fly into tackles, I'm pretty sure. They're going to be right up for that. So I don't want to risk the players too much. But Mbaye So as well, maybe he'll get opportunity. Yeah, so yeah, maybe keep the big boys on the bench. But obviously if they need some match fitness, then we've got no choice. We've got to throw them in.
Yeah, I think it'll be a 50-50. I mean, you expect to see players like Biancone get a start, possibly Mighton even, and you got to keep them in the loop basically, and keep them hungry for their position. So we've got a couple of comments here. So Russell Eldridge saying, I hope to see Hennessy, Biancone, Mbaye So, Freuler, Morgan Gibbs-White, Dennis all involved. Yes, and at some point, yes, I'd agree, and possibly agree with you as well, Simon, but you maybe bring them on rather than start with them just to protect some of those players, because what we know is that we're going to be competitive, and they're going to try and come at us, and we're not going to sit back and let us walk all over them. But yeah, thanks for that comment, Forestan. But yeah, please come on the show if you're up for it, and give us your view on yesterday. But
sorry,
yeah,
can I just say with that quickly? I just thought I wouldn't be opposed to also maybe starting Al-Wini. He needs a bit of confidence. He needs some goals. That might be good, and he's quite physical, so that might work. Give him some confidence, score a couple of goals, and feel good. Because he's at the moment, he just looks like he lacks confidence in front of goal. Like yesterday, he looked like he hesitated quite a lot when he got the ball. He got getting in good positions, holding the ball up well, and then as soon as it was time to shoot, he was just hesitant. He's trying to maybe pass the ball to someone else. So yeah, he needs that extra bit of confidence, I think. So maybe scoring a few goals a couple of goals might do him some good, or even a goal like off his foot.
Yeah, anything. I mean, this was what happened to him last week, wasn't it? So we were hoping that would, bring him the confidence that he seemed to be lacking. But yesterday again, he was there. He was involved. He held up the ball well a couple of occasions, but there were times when it does bounce off him too much. And you don't necessarily need to be the best hold-up player in the world, but you do need to let the ball stick to you so you can lay it off. So there is maybe a confidence issue there, but it's going to be a difficult decision for Cooper on who he decides to play and how. I know he's going to take it. I know he will take it seriously. There's no game that we're not going to, want to progress in, and that's a good chance. And something Joe and I mentioned on the last stream about how many championship teams, got knocked out on that first round. So it's a really good chance to progress in that cup. So you wouldn't think he'd take it too lightly, but there's got to be some competition in there for the players that are on the fringes. And some of the new players will get a chance. But Joe, have we got anybody waiting backstage you might want to get on today?
Yeah, we do. We have someone else that's waiting to get in. So if you just give us a thumbs up and then we'll get you in. There we go.
Hi.
Hi. How you
Hi,
doing? You all right?
yeah, I'm
How you
okay.
doing?
I'm okay.
Fantastic. Fantastic. How you feeling? You had a little bit of an accident earlier on, didn't you? You feeling any better? Have
Yeah,
you
yeah.
bandaged it up?
I was walking to my brother, my sister-in-law's house because it's my nephew's party today because it's his third birthday on Wednesday,
Oh,
and
happy birthday.
and I was all by myself when I tripped over. And look, I used my hands to like stop myself preventing any serious injury, but I did hurt my hand. It was bleeding, and I hurt my knee. So
You
yeah,
okay
so
now,
I
bro?
was I'm okay now. I was going to go to the gym tomorrow, but I think I'm going to give it a miss. But I was a bit shook up when it happened. Because yeah, I think if I hurt myself anywhere else, like if I smashed my face in on the ground, I think I would have cried like
Oh,
a baby.
no, I think we all would have cried. Don't worry. It
Yeah.
doesn't make you a baby. No, but hopefully you're all right and you got a bandage on it and you got it cleaned
Yeah,
up.
I've got a plaster on, so yeah.
Fantastic. So, Eve, did you get to follow the game yesterday? And how did you follow it and what did you
Yeah,
think?
I got to watch it on my TV. I was impressed with how he played. I was impressed with some players, especially Morgan Gibbs-White. And although when Everton equalised, especially like during the last few minutes, I started to get a bit nervous, thinking, "Oh no, what if we throw away a lead?" In the last few minutes. But I'm glad we held on to get the draw. So
Fantastic. And what did you think of the goal? What did you think of Brennan's goal?
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, it was really well taken, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Were you happy to see the new signings playing yesterday? Because there was a few debuts, wasn't there, yesterday?
Yeah, I was. Yep, I was. Yeah, I was happy to see. The player I was most happy to see was Morgan Gibbs-White. When he came on, I was like, yes, he's on. He's playing. So yeah, I was happy to see him.
He was itching to get on, wasn't he? We saw him in the half time warming up, and when he came on, it's like he couldn't wait to get on. But I was really impressed by how quickly he settled into the game, and his link-up play, like Simon and I mentioned, his link-up play with Jesse Lingard was really good, the one-touch passing, and it's positive anyway, and it's promising, and that hopefully, he'll get to prove to all the doubters why we've got him in, why he was Cooper's number one target. But I'm really excited about him because he definitely showed a bit of skill and class that we haven't seen for a little while. I was really impressed with it. So going forward,
can I just say with Morgan Gibbs-White, like, there's obviously a lot of excitement in the fan base about him. Like when I was walking around, before game, I saw people had Morgan Gibbs-White on the shirt already. Already, I was thinking, wow, it's a big signing, isn't it? Big exciting signing. And his family were there yesterday in the stands. I don't know if you saw his girlfriend was there. I think his brothers or something were there. That was good to see. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't get to see him, but yeah, I heard that they were in stands yesterday. But it was great to finally get him signed, and then to see him actually pull the shirt on and be on the pitch. I expected that exactly would happen, that he'd probably be brought on after the hour mark and be given the last half an hour or so to get some game time in there. But yeah, really impressed because obviously he's played first couple of games for Wolves this season, and he's had a good pre-season with them. So match sharpness isn't going to be an issue. It's just spending time with the squad and the players that I've been playing with and getting used to their style of play. But yeah, really impressed. Happy to see him. So Eve, are you gonna? I don't know if cup games are going to be on any TV channels this week, this midweek. So hopefully we will get to see him. But are you expecting any changes for the cup game against Grimsby this midweek?
I'm not sure.
Would you make any changes if you were the manager? Let's put it that way.
I don't know. I don't know what changes I would make. Because obviously we want to beat Grimsby, so I just think our strongest starting 11 and then just get through to the next round.
But we've got a big game on Sunday against Spurs, so yeah, exactly.
So maybe two or three or four changes, and then
keep the core of a team. Yeah, it's possible. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. But you've been so far with the season and with our position in the league. How excited are you, and how impressed are you, or if are you happy with the start we've made so far, Eve?
I'm really happy with the start we've made. I was actually, because I was talking to my two brothers, to one of my older brothers earlier. He supports Notts County, and he was asking me why do I think that Nottingham Forest are not going to get relegated? And I said, I just don't think we're going to get relegated. And he asked me, what is most likely to happen? Notts County get promoted or Nottingham Forest stay in the Premier League? And I said, well, Nottingham Forest staying in the Premier League is more likely to happen. And I just kept saying to him, Forest are going to stay in the Premier League for a long time. We're not going to get relegated.
Well, let's hope you're right. And to be fair, I would like to see Notts County promoted as well, but I definitely think we'll stay up, and I hope we'll stay up, and that's our main concern, isn't it? But yeah, you got some banter with him for the rest of the season, and definitely.
Where two of my brothers support Notts County along with my dad, so I do have banter with them. And over earlier on, my sister-in-law's brother was really winding me up earlier because he kept calling Nottingham Forest Notts Forest, and he deliberately called Notts County Nottingham County, and made me really angry. I just wanted to punch him one. I just wanted to be. I kept saying to him, "It's Nottingham Forest. It's not Notts Forest. It's Nottingham Forest, and it's Notts County." And then my 4-year-old nephew decided to join in and told me it's Notts Forest. And I started arguing with a 4-year-old. So
you end up calling them Notts Forest yourself if you keep listening to those guys. But don't let them wind you up.
No, I'm not going to call them Notts Forest ever now. I will remind them what the actual name is, but if they want to round me up, they can. I have drawn some more pictures, Ez.
Yes, if you want to share them with us, absolutely. Yeah, please go ahead. You are a resident artist, so I expect nothing less from you, Eve. Can't come on and not have a painting ready. Bless you. Let's have a look.
Right, I'll show you the Scott McKenna one first, okay? I did want a Scott McKenna. So I'll show you the Scott McKenna one.
Are you enjoying your painting and drawing, Eve? You really getting into it, aren't you?
Yes, I am enjoying it. This is the Scott McKenna one. I don't know if you can all see it.
Yeah, just bring it a bit more forward. Fantastic. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's the Scott McKenna one.
Very well done.
And I did one earlier of Martin O'Neill. I actually think it's quite rubbish. I did a rubbish job. I did a rubbish job.
Oh, bless you. Hold it up a little bit more. Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
I think I think it's rubbish.
No, I think that's really good. Everyone, you're getting some really good. You're getting some really great comments in the chat. Everyone's loving your pictures. So yeah, keep doing it, mate. Keep doing it, and as long as you enjoy it, that's the most important thing. And like I said, we'll get you on with Becky one day, so you can both talk about your Forest and
me and Becky are going to do a joint Nottingham Forest drawing, hopefully in a couple of months. So when we've done that, maybe we can both share it together.
Absolutely, yeah. We look forward to that. Yeah, keep doing that and keep doing what makes you happy. And remember, Malcolm made you that offer that once you've got enough pictures, we're going to make. He's going to turn it into a calendar, hopefully, or get his girlfriend to do that. So that's your challenge. So but don't rush yourself.
Get it started. Yeah, I need to decide which pictures are going to go on it in the next few weeks. And then hopefully we can get it started. So yeah,
that'd be really good, really
yeah.
good. So yeah, have you got any questions for the guys, Eve, on the chat, or do you wanna talk about the game, the Spurs game at all?
I don't think I've got any questions, but I wouldn't mind speaking about the Spurs game.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I know that I can't go to the Spurs game, but I am excited to watch it on the TV. And I'm feeling confident because, especially since after when we played West Ham last week and beat them at home, I'm pretty confident we can actually beat Spurs at home, especially like if there's a good atmosphere and it's like a fortress at the City ground again. I'm confident we can get a win next
I agree.
week. So.
It's possible, isn't it? Definitely the fans and the atmosphere will make a big difference again. I'm sure it will. And I think it will in every single home game this season. Everybody who's there is going to appreciate the opportunity to be there, and they're going to make as much noise as they can. So I think the atmosphere will play a part again. And you never know. They're bonus games. They're the games that if we get anything out of, it's a bonus. So we're maybe not going in with too much expectation, but we've got to be positive. We're building a squad, I think, that will want to compete. It's not just there to stay up, it's there to compete in that league. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll give them a game next week. And then the crowd, I'm sure, are going to make them not as much noise as possible again. And it is a Super Sunday game, isn't it, on Sky next week? And not advertising for Sky, other football broadcasters are available. But yeah, hopefully everybody who's at home will be able to get to watch a game and get the best experience as well. But looking forward to it. But thank you so much for your time, Eve. And can
I make a score prediction for next week?
Of course you can. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I'd like to predict that we're going to beat Tottenham. I'm going to predict that we're going to beat them 2-1.
Fantastic.
I think Johnson will score, and even either out of the other goal will be either Morgan Gibbs-White or Jesse Lingard.
No, we'd love that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We'd love to see Gibbs-White or Lingard get off the mark as well. Now Johnson has done, but yeah, that's fantastic. We'll go with that. A 2-1 would be an amazing result. But thank you very much for your time, Eve. Thank you for popping on, and make sure that you keep in touch with us. And anytime we do a show again, we'll have you on, because there's no show that's not complete without you on. And yeah, keep painting, keep enjoying it, and keep posting your pictures on Twitter as well, because you get a lot of love on there. You've seen it. You've seen it, so you get. So yeah, keep going, mate, and keep doing what you.
There's some more drawings coming in over the next 2 weeks, so just keep looking out for them, and I'll be happy to share them on here whenever you want me to share them.
Absolutely. No, you have to. You can't come on without a painter. So yeah, every time you come on, please bring one of your painters on with you. Thank you so much, Eve, for your time, and keep watching and commenting, and hopefully when we do our next show, we'll give you a shout. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Take care, Eve. See you soon.
Cheers, Eve.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
That was Eve, who's been basically our number one fan from day one. So she was on our first stream and pretty much has been on every single stream. But guys, like Eve, get yourselves on the stream. Don't be shy. Come and give us your opinions. It's great to see the comments coming up in the chat and really getting some great engagement. Thank you so much, guys. But Joe, do you want to talk about anything else? Do you want to move on to another topic?
Yeah. So I think, like Ant said, well done, Eve. And I think the point that she made about Sunday's game, we all know it's going to be a hard game, but it is one that could be there to possibly try and get the point, maybe even the 3. So we can't just write it off. We know, we've already said it's kind of a free hit the game realistically as well as the one at Man City. But we've seen some of the results that have been coming in throughout the league over the weekend. It seems like we are in a bit of a spell here where teams can pull out results against some of the giants that you thought would be pushing on and winning pretty much every single one of their games. So it's a positive mental attitude that we kind of have to go in with every single game and just believe that we can get something out of it. So I don't know what you guys think about that with the game coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, I think we can get. Sorry, I think you're right, Joe. Like, I think you've seen some of the results in this Premier League season. Like Bournemouth beating Villa at home. First game of the season, no one saw that coming. So I definitely think we can get something out of the Spurs game. Most people are going to write us off. It's what I would say is it's not a total free hit because it's the 4:30 game on the Super Sunday, which is the biggest game the whole world's going to be watching. We still have got to give a good account of ourselves. That's we can't just if you don't want a 4-0 or something, that's going to be embarrassing. So, but yeah, everyone will be up for it, won't they? The crowd will probably be even louder maybe than West Ham. So if we can just keep that sort of noise level going, then it's going to help the boys out on the pitch. So yeah, I think to be honest, I'm not sure about a win, but I reckon we can get a draw. We can get a draw against Spurs. I reckon. I think we've got enough to get a draw from them. We'll see. As I said, playing against Everton, they didn't have that clinical striker. Next week, on Sunday, we'll be playing against Harry Kane, and he will be putting those chances away. And I'm slightly worried about Son running at Joe Worrell because that's going to be carnage as well. So yeah, it's going to be tough, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I am actually anticipating the change in formation for next weekend, and I think we'll go 4 out of the back and maybe play with the holding midfielder like Kouate, which would give and maybe give a chance for Freuler. And if Yates is 100% fit, I'd be tempted to start with him. It's added height as well, especially on set pieces, and he really does attack the ball when he's in there. Would make a difference, and I'd be But then how do you, unless Mangala's really injured, and I don't think he is, it would be hard to leave him out. I know, Brian, but brought Freuler in, who is another level, and we need to see him play. And those are the kind of games where you're not going to get much space, and what he's really good at is defense, splitting passes and finding gaps and finding space and running with the ball, and it might be that kind of game. So we'll see what I think midweek will give us a bit of an idea of maybe the shape he'll go for. I think whatever formation we play on Tuesday night, maybe the formation will go into the Spurs game. I could be totally wrong, and it could be just total opposite, but I think he might give us an indication. And just going back on the comment that and shout out to Mark Warwell, who we saw at a game yesterday as well, took a snapshot, like I said, and he mentioned the Forest effect, and with making everything turn on its head this season. And it has been a few strange results. The Leeds result was fantastic against Chelsea this afternoon. We saw the Newcastle and Man City really go toe-to-toe, head-to-head in that game. It just proves that 2-0 defeat to Newcastle on the opening day wasn't such a bad result. They're a good team. Man City couldn't come away with a win. They were 3-1 down at one point as well, and did play really well to get back level, but they couldn't come away with 3 points from St James's Park. It's really interesting to see what the table looks like. Yes, it's way too early, but it's nice to see us above Chelsea, above Liverpool, above Man U, above Villa, above Leicester, and so many other teams. Yeah, it's early days, but it's just nice to see at the moment. But it should give us confidence, and that's the most important thing. And I do agree with you, Simon. I think the crowd on Sunday will make even more noise than we did at the West Ham game, and I'm proud to be saying Joe will be joining me in I thought we were in the low, we're in the upper, mate. We're in the Brian Clough upper again on Sunday. So looking forward to it.
Boys, you need to get yourself into Lower Bridgeford. Like, that's where the atmosphere is. That's
But
where the
Liverpool,
proper atmosphere is.
yeah,
And
I
like,
just couldn't get to. Yeah, I couldn't get two
yeah,
tickets
yeah,
together, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully one day. Yeah, that does look really good, actually, especially when they've just
yeah,
passed the segregation. Is that
yeah,
where you've been?
exactly. Yeah, that's where I usually go. Yeah, it's yeah, amazing atmosphere in there. It's also obviously it's next to the away fans, so we're it's a lot more. Well, we've got to try and make more noise than the away fans.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's
No,
cracking
you guys
atmosphere. Like also A block's quite good as well.
absolutely. It's something. Ant and Dave. That's how I got to call him now. Ant and Dave mentioned it last week because that group of fans just didn't stop. I mean, nobody stopped singing that day, but you guys sat there seemed to be like the orchestrators last Sunday, and everything started from there and then rippled around the stadium. And you obviously it was like an overspill of the A block in there, and they were really boisterous. Let's hope that there's a ton of fans in there again on Sunday, and they make it just as much noise. But with the atmosphere, will play a part in the game, and we've got to go in confident. We've got better players than this we've had for a long, long time, and the bench looked a lot stronger on Saturday. And let's hope that maybe we'll see one or two more players join. Any thoughts on that? In fact, let's go there. Joe, any thoughts on whether we'll get any more signings in? Because there's one, but if we get this one more, I'm happy.
Is it Willy Bolly?
Who? Willy Bolly?
Yeah. We need another central defender.
Yeah, I think if we are looking, that's where we've got to, especially if we're going to be sticking with playing three at the back throughout the entire season. If we're not looking at making any changes to formation, then yeah, we're going to need some depth. If we're already seeing that Niakhate's out potentially for a couple of months, that's already kind of showing cracks in the armour that we've got in that depth. Yes, we know we've brought a lot of players in, but one player goes out and then it's all of a sudden the focus is straight back on there. So I agree with Simon there. I think the centre back definitely probably needed just for some depth and cover off any more injuries that could come through. But I think other than that, I'd be quite happy with where we are at the moment. Maybe another striker just to kind of give some competition, but no, overall, yeah, one centre back just to kind of cover our arse a little bit.
Yeah, I think I was. I totally forgot about actually, and we didn't mention it. But Niakhaté looks like he's going to be out for a few months now, which potentially means we won't see him till after the World Cup now. And obviously that's a big loss. Has that been confirmed, or is that still rumours that we're hearing on the Niakhaté injury? Have you guys heard any concrete?
I've not seen anything come out directly from anyone who's in Forest or any kind of interviews. All I've seen is what came out from I think it was BBC East Midlands who put it out.
I think Cooper said something, didn't he? Didn't Cooper say something like he'll be out for months? Or am I just making that up?
I think that watched. Go on.
No, that's exactly what BBC Nottingham said.
But is that what Cooper said, or is that what? Because he must have said that then.
I've not seen it.
But if Cooper said that, we still can't believe it, can we? Like,
no, that's true.
We can't trust anything he says about injuries.
That's true. No. It was just he didn't mention it in the pre-match because when he talked about injured players, Niakhaté wasn't mentioned and it wasn't brought up by any of the reporters questioning him before the game. And I haven't seen his post-match, unfortunately. I'm sure most people would have heard it on BBC Radio Nottingham, but obviously we couldn't hear it on the way back, travelling back from Everton. So I'm not sure what his post-match comments have been. And if he has mentioned that, then again, like you say, you can't really trust him. Shout out to Wolverine. Hi, mate. Thank you for being on the chat. If you want to jump in, mate, we've got a few more minutes if you want to jump in on the chat with us. But yeah, I think we do need to cover there. And if it is the case, it's not going to be back.
I mean, Niakhaté is a big blow to the team. Like, we've now got probably the slowest back three in the Premier League, which is a massive concern. Niakhaté obviously had that extra bit of pace, didn't he? He looked good. He looked good. I think he was a bit shaky first half of the Newcastle game, but after that, he's looked really good. So yeah, that's a big injury blow blow to us. So I like to see us bring. We're definitely linked to Willy Bolly from Wolves. I think we bidded for him and it got rejected, but I reckon we'll probably get that through. He's not playing at the moment over there. Just on the transfers, I think we've still got one loan space left, haven't we? We're allowed to loan one more player. Maybe try and get a loan player in, but it is tough getting a loan player in now because no one's going to loan you a player to sit on the bench, are they? So, and I can't think of any loan players that we could bring in to put into the starting 11. So, yeah, maybe a centre back on loan to start. That, but I don't know if you guys know any names that.
What did Levi Colville go?
Yeah, but he's gone to Brighton. He's It's part of their little swap deal. Well, part of their little agreement for Cucurella.
Deal,
Chelsea, yeah.
That's a real shame because he's one I would.
He was the one that I had in mind initially, but then I was like, oh, he's gone. You can have one more from the Prem. So there is that opportunity, that possibility, but again, you just don't know with Cooper with his how long the players are actually going to be out for. So they'll know more, and if we don't see another defender in, then we could possibly think that maybe he's got it covered and it's not going to be such a long injury. But there's a couple more, but just over, about 2 weeks, just short of 2 weeks left of a transfer window. And there's opportunity. I'm being greedy, but the more I see clips of Aouar, the more I want him. I don't know where he's going to fit in, but I'm being absolutely greedy. But at that price, and the quality that he is, I just want him. Yeah, but I just can't see where he fits in.
I was always rubbish at Football Manager, but that's what.
We have so many unhappy players sitting on the bench in the midfield.
That would be the problem, keeping them all happy, wouldn't it? So, but it's great that we've been linked, and the amount of players that we've bought in and the quality that we've bought in. Hopefully, we'll see that over the next few weeks, and we'll see the depth. It was just great to see the bench looking so strong, compared to that opening weekend. And no disrespect to certain players, but it looks a lot stronger now.
Definitely. Can I just say with Russell's comment in the chat? Lascelles, I'll have him on loan. That will be a good option for us, I think.
As a stopgap loan deal, get him till January, a 6-month loan. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad shout. But again, you mentioned about the lack of pace. He doesn't solve that problem for us, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's better than nothing, to be honest. I don't know who else we can get. That's the problem.
Yeah, but you like to see Bianconi get some more time as well. And I think he can play centrally. He can play the right side of that centre back, or play obviously right back, right wing back. So I'd like to see him get more time. We'll see. We might get a few Easter eggs from Cooper in midweek and give us a clue.
Bianconi's just a bit unproven, isn't he? Especially in the centre back position. I don't know anything about him playing at centre back. I know he can play all across the back line, but completely unproven, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a couple of testing games in the league coming up, but it might see. I'm predicting a change in formation. Just going on to Wolverines. We have briefly discussed the Royal incident, and my view was that maybe needs to be taken out of a firing line for a game or two, just to bring. I know it sounds backwards, but just to help him with his confidence. And I know it sounds a backwards way of doing it, but like you mentioned, Simon, next weekend's game is going to be the most viewed Premier League game of the weekend. And how demoralising would it for him to make a mistake on that stage, and for as many people around the world to see it? So there is that element that you got to look into it, but. I just think he's made too many mistakes in the first few games that you can't just forget about them, and they'll cost us against better strikers, and we've got better strikers and better forward teams coming up, certainly in the next 2 league games. So we'll see what Cooper's thinking is on it, but he'll be ruthless. There's sentimentality involved, but Cooper's ruthless. He knows what his job is, and he knows what he needs to achieve, and he'll do what it takes to get that, and he'll always play our best team when available. So it'll be interesting. So, Joe, is there anything else, any other business we want to talk about, or are we going to wrap it up for the night?
No, there's no one else waiting. If we can keep going for maybe 5 minutes, leads up to about 9 o'clock. If anyone else does want to jump in, it's on the comments, so you can come and give your points out. But no, I think we've pretty much got it all covered from what's happened at the weekend, and then one more game to go in game week 3, which is tomorrow, and then we then all look forward to seeing what we bring, if there's any kind of a change of formation on Tuesday. I think we could see it come through, obviously depending on more signings coming in and stuff, if we do swap to a 4-back or a 5-back, but let's see where it takes us. I'd be quite open to having a formation change, playing more 4 at the back, and then playing more progressive passes outwards from the wing backs rather than have them overlapping so high, and then use more of our attacking players that we brought in so we can have more of them on the pitch. I'd like to be able to see a situation where we've got the likes of Lingard, Dennis, Morgan, Gibbs-White, and Brennan Johnson all on the pitch at the same time. I think then we're really starting to cook with some gas then. Not looking to try and pinch a goal here or there. We might then start getting back to hopefully some more of the goal scoring ways that we had last year, getting more 2s and 3s, and then taking a bit of pressure off the back line, especially Dean Henderson, who's currently keeping us in all of these games. I think that could be a move forward, and I think that'd be really exciting to see. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Definitely.
Yeah. We'll probably see. We've had 2 away games where we've kind of like sat back and tried to soak up early pressure. But the home game against West Ham, we came out of the blocks firing, didn't we? And I expect to see a similar sort of thing in our home games. And no matter who the opposition is, we'll have so much support behind us and so much noise pushing the team on that you'd expect that those home games will be more attack minded, and we're not going to be looking to sit back and let teams come at us. So yeah, definitely change of formation I'm expecting, and like I say, possibly we'll see a glimpse of it in Grimsby game, just to get the players used to the formation change. But yeah, it's exciting to even talk about it, and the players that we brought in, once we start seeing them and seeing the impact that they'll make, because it has been at times a slow build up, and you watch some of the other games and how fast the pace of the games are, and you feel like, oh my God, what are we going to do when we come up against these lot? And it's just so. But we've got players now that can play that type of game, so we just got to hope they bed in well and get enough time. But I'm happy with the start so far. You know, I wouldn't, if I'm honest, I wouldn't expect to get 4 points from my first 3 games, and I'm more than chuffed with that. Put a point a game. If we're realistic, because the first aim is to survive. You know, a point per match is what we're asking. What we're asking for, and we're just above that at the moment. So I'm happy so far with the start, and we'll see some progress. And we've seen progress in every game, haven't we, guys? So it's not been a fact of where we've not improved. We've seen improvement from each game. So really looking forward to it. And yeah, Joe, if we've got nobody waiting to come on, I think we'll call it a day. I know Mr. Door's got a stream on at 9 o'clock, so please jump on there and give him support. But thank you, guys, everybody, for commenting today. It's really great engagement again. Joe, is there any particular comments that you wanted to highlight? But yeah, any commenters that are new to please shout out. If this is your first time watching, please give us a shout out on there. Let us know. Give us a thumbs up, and thank you. And please don't be shy in future. Jump on with us. We really want you guys on the stream. We want your opinions and comments. So don't be shy. So yeah, Joe, I'll pass over to you, mate.
Yeah, I think just as a closing point, just for the last 5 minutes to make sure we're all wrapped up and done before Mr. Door gets on stream, I'm just going to kind of probably pinch something that I saw one of the other Forest streamers, the Media Man, put out on Twitter. He was asking kind of people's engagement and saying, well, how would you rate Forest's start out of 10? So I think it would be good to kind of go around us three, and then I'll start showing up all the ones that come through in the comments as well. So Simon, how would you rate our start out of 10?
As I said, like really happy with the number of points we've got. Did not, after the Newcastle game, it was like a bit of a shock to this, like just a complete shock. I was thinking, how are we going to cope at this level? But the signings have looked good. I think they've looked, obviously every game we've seen the new players, aren't we? But it's all looking good so far. The points are. I think the biggest positive is just how we played at home against West Ham. That atmosphere really drove the team. I think that gives me a lot of confidence going forward, thinking, we can actually take down some of the big boys at home. Any points away from home I'm taking as a bonus, but I think probably either a 6 or a 7, something like that. Not we're not going out there blitzing teams off the pitch, but we are showing that we can cope at this standard. So I would say, probably maybe give them a 7. Really good win against West Ham. Good point against Everton. Give it a 7.
Let's be positive. Yeah, I can't disagree with that, and I think a lot of the comments are saying similar score. But 7 out of 10. I think for the also just from the way we came back from that Newcastle defeat, we didn't let our heads get down. We definitely saw a massive improvement in the West Ham game. We were very competitive again yesterday, and could have walked away with 3 points from that game. So on overall, I'd probably go as high as a 7.5. I think I'm more than happy with what we've achieved so far. If we'd got 3 points yesterday, we could said it was 9 out of 10 start. But we're happy. We're confident. We're pushed in the right direction, and there's not a single Forest fan that doesn't think that we're gonna get better. The players are in now. The players that Cooper has wanted us asked for. He's got. Let's hope he signs his contract and we keep progressing. But Joe, go on then. You finish yourself. Go with your overall opinion on our opening and a score that you'll give.
I might sound a bit biased and deluded, but I'll finish on a nice note of positivity. I'd probably give us an 8 for our start. Knock 1 point off for losing the first game of the season, and then knock another point off for not being able to see out yesterday's game. But I think to start the way that we have done, 3 games in, 2 games away from home, 1 game at home, with basically a brand new squad that we've already seen has grown quite a lot. And yes, we did lose to Newcastle, but we were in that game up until Fabian Schär scores an absolute thunderbolt. So up until that point, I think a lot of us were thinking maybe a draw is on the cards. Going into yesterday's game, we were all going to be happy to take away a draw. We should have probably come away with the win. But again, if we start firing more shots at the goal, it's only inevitable that more goals are going to come our way. So I think once the guys are all up and running, we will be in a really good position. And I think it kind of shows that we are not here just to make up the numbers. We've not been blown away by anybody. We've looked in the game in all 3 games that we've played so far. And I think the Premier League table shows we're sat in 10th, slap bang in the middle. There's a couple of teams that are around us who are all on the same amount of points. And yes, it is early on. So it's a kind of a stat you have to take with a pinch of salt. But I think we've put in a really good shift. We've shown our intent to stay in the league, and to not only just stay in there and kind of like cling on for a couple of years or be a bit of a yo-yo, but we've made a real statement. And I think as soon as we get everyone all firing on all cylinders and singing from the same hymn sheet, we will be pretty much set. And I think we can then start to catapult from there. But better than 8.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, that's a really good point to end on. I think we've got to be positive. It's been a good start. It's more than we honestly could have expected, and it's onwards and upwards, isn't it? It's really positive. We've seen Cooper getting the signings, like I said, that he wanted. Now we've got to see them gel, and it will take a little while. But we've got a great opportunity. We've got a really good platform to go from now, and certainly looking ahead to the games next month, there's it will get easy in terms of the fixtures. But no, there's no easy game in this league, so we're not going to walk into any game expecting to win or expecting all 3 points. But the home games will make the difference, I'm sure. And anything we can do away from home will obviously be a bonus. But thank you again, guys. Thank you everybody for commenting on the chat. Really great engagement as always. And thank you very much and appreciate that. Joe, as always, appreciate your time and efforts getting these streams together. Simon, it was great to meet you yesterday, and hopefully I'll see you at a couple more games for our season if I get the opportunity to get to a few. But yeah, anytime you want to jump on, mate, keep watching the channel and just give us a shout and we'll get you on. Great to hear your views, and like I say, really great to meet you yesterday as well.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, great to meet you as well yesterday.
Fantastic. But yeah, thank you guys. So we'll point you in the direction of the Mr. Doors Door on Tour channel. Give him your support, and please, if you watch us in future, please leave us a comment, and we'll always get back to you. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Help us get out to a few more people. And always love your engagement. Thank you everybody in the chat today, and thank you guys for your time on the panel. Thank you, Eve, for joining us and sharing your photos and pictures. Really enjoy the doing this. It's a really great thing. So hopefully I'll speak to Joe and we'll maybe arrange a preview show before the Spurs game next weekend. So look out for that and we'll keep you informed. But thank you very much again for your time, guys, and hopefully see you again soon. Come on, you Reds!
You Reds.